Carp Jesus, when hunting up in North Texas, arrived on property a couple hours early looking for hog sign, and by golly, I've got daylight hogs out there at about 485 yards. There isn't any way in this field that I'm going to be able to make an approach on those hogs that they're not going to run away, and sure enough, about a minute later, they took off for the creek, that first tree line, and I didn't think I'd see them again, but a little while later, about 1,300 yards away, I came across 5 more pigs. Now, where I took my shot was where the red dot is. The pig is going to be where you see the pig drawn about 50 yards away. It's going to get hit, it's going to run, it's going to make it into the ravine and take off in this direction, and I'm not going to find it. This is the view from just after I took the shot. That is my simulated pig there in the distance. If the pig was 15 feet long and 8 feet tall, that's about what it would have looked like. Partially endefilade. All the hogs had run off to the right, and I was hoping to get a shot on this last pig, and for some reason it turned around and started to come back. Looks like I double lunged it. As the Rix Storm S3 gets video of it making its way to the ravines, and I hit it with an Hornady SST 123 grain bullet loaded by Druid Hill Armory to Starline Brass. Watch the tree where the arrow is. As the hog moves into position, I'm going to let it travel just a little bit too far before taking the shot, and the bullet impacts the tree and then it's deflected off into the distance, and the hog takes off running. Yeah, that looks like a low lung or maybe an upper liver shot. Moving on to the property where the landowner has a problem with skunks, Carpimophytus. I've got a skunk out there in the distance, downwind from me, which would be an ideal direction for shooting, except there's a house and barn and people and animals behind the trees just a short distance. So now I've come around behind the skunk. I've turned around about 160 degrees in the opposite direction. The wind is blowing from left to right. And maybe I can get the population knocked back enough before they start having babies this spring. Back last December, one of the viewers asked me what all I carried into the field, and I'm just now getting around to that. I carry a lot of stuff into the field, almost an Inspector Gadget kind of person. I've always got a thermal scanner, and I'm wearing a vest and cargo pants, and I've got all this stuff carried in the pockets, just in case I might need it. The goal here is to carry enough stuff such that I don't have to go back to the truck if I end up on a long stalk and can't get back to it, but not to carry too much stuff, so I have, I think, everything that I need, just in case. And here we are on the next property, and this is a situation I've told you all about a couple times where we come down a hill and there's hogs across the creek, and we have to go to the low water crossing to see a break in the trees in order to get good shots. And so I'm working my way to that break in the trees to the low water crossing, which is where I am right now. Unfortunately, that puts me directly upwind of the hogs, and I'm going to need to be shooting sooner rather than later. I've still got hogs coming in from the right, so I'm not going to be able to leave the creek at this point. And I probably should have picked this big sow that looks pregnant, but I opted for the female that's closer in distance. I should have shot the sow first and then tried to pick up the runner that was closer. Instead, I took the easy shot for the easy kill. It goes down. I was hoping the hogs would continue running to the left, but they run off to the right behind the brush. And I'm now off the rifle looking for stragglers, and I see some hogs running in the distance through the foliage. I think they're going to run and pop out on the left right here, and I'm waiting for them. They're still coming, and they never come.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
However, the target selection was good. 145-pound gilt, pregnant with 4 on board. For my next outing, I'm back at the range to verify 0. I was a little bit worried about the hog that I'd hit that had run off, and I had trouble with a couple skunks in my last video, so here I am at 100 yards. Just to make sure everything is fine. Last frame before the shot on the left, the impact, I'm definitely zeroed, so those problematic shots were all on me. I went ahead and continued on with my hunt. Didn't see any larger game, but did get a chance to verify 0 again. With this skunk, it was still upright, just to make sure, and he did it for my night. Carpe sus, my friends.